Hello everyone, my name is Elena Shvab and I'm a hair designer based in London. Welcome to this live session. It's lovely to see you all and lovely to see everyone who already joined. And I'm just going to give a few more minutes for others to join so we can start the session. And in the meantime, I would like to introduce today's session. And this is already third session of making a fascinator hat. This is a fascinator hat that I was showing how to block the shape and how to secure the wire, how to stitch the wire so it's secured nicely on the hat. And today we're going to decorate, we're going to trim the edge with the bias strip that we're going to make to cover the edge and make it look really nicely. So for those who's just joining us for the first time, I'm just going to explain a little bit about the design of the hat. We made a fascinator hat using a brim block, a block that is usually used for creating fedoras and regular brim hats, but because it has a hole in the middle, there's some sort of hat blocks that have hole in the middle for making hats. One of the ways of making hats, I used that part to create this dip so that it could be used as a fascinator. At the end, I think it looks really lovely. So it's used as a fascinator. And we're going to make a hat using this pre-shaped two parts. So my idea is instead of using just one part, I decided to have two parts. I'm going to show you the inspiration behind it. This is the hat I made a few years ago. I don't have this hat block anymore, but I quite like the shape and I decided to create something similar. So for that, I used two parts, two bases joined together at one side and the decoration is stitched on the other side. And I think it's a really beautiful hat, very flattering, very modern, even though the shape is kind of, traditional and I would say classic. I hope you like it. I used a lot of fabric for the decoration. It's organza and looks really voluminous. Very modern decoration, so I think it's perfect for weddings, for royal ascot, for any special occasions. This is a statement hat. It's not a casual wear to go for a walk, for lunch. This hat requires a special occasion to wear it. Yes, so I decided to recreate something similar using brim hat block. Let me show you the brim block that I used. So those who didn't attend the first two sessions have the idea. So this is the hat block. It's covered with cling film. Doesn't really look that glamorous, but yeah, I usually need to take the cling film off the hat block. So yeah, this is the hat block that I used, and I secured Sinamay right here and blocked it in this way, and then I trimmed the edges, then we wired the edges. So if you're really interested in how to block this kind of hats, please go to my previous sessions, to my previous videos, and you will learn in detail how I blocked the Sinamay hat, Sinamay base on this hat block, how we stitched the wire. And today it's a continuum over the previous sessions. We're gonna cover the edge, the wired edge, with bias strip. So how about we start? And yeah, I just need the bases. So one of the sides, one of the parts I already secured with bias strip. So if you can see, the wire is already sticked inside, and then I covered with bias strip, and now it looks absolutely lovely. And this is the second part, so you can compare both absolutely identical sides, parts. Besides that, this one I used also Sinamay with latex thread, so it's a bit shinier than the other one. So part of my design is that I wanted to leave a little bit of sheen on one side of the hats and quite plain on the other sides. Okay, so for this, first of all, I think I need to adjust my camera. I'm trying something new because previous sessions I used my camera in what it's called, horizontal, no, vertical mode, because I thought it's better, and now I'm trying it in this mode, horizontal it's called, horizontal, vertical. So do let me know if this mode is better than the previous one, because it will really help to for the future videos. I would love to hear your opinion, and whether it's better to see what I'm doing, whether it's better to see in detail what I'm making, because it's really hard for me to judge from this side. And you guys, please let me know how it feels. I think I just need to adjust the camera a little bit, so bear with me just a second. All right, I think that's going to be a bit easier for you to see what I'm doing, because the most important part is going to be focused right here. And maybe I'll just move the table a little bit. Okay, so now what we're going to need, we will need Sinamay straw bias strip. We will need basic iron. We will need baking paper and art clips, glue, black thread and a needle, and if you have a sewing machine, this is definitely will help. So I'm gonna, oh, we need water spray. We will need a water spray. I'm just still trying, this is the first time I'm trying this mode, so I'm not even feeling confident at the moment, because I'm not sure whether it's better than the other mode, but please do let me know. And again, welcome everyone who's joining today. It's lovely to see you all. My name is Elena Shvab. I'm a hat designer. This is my channel. If this is the first time you're visiting my channel, I'm a hat designer. I make hats. I'm also teaching classes and workshops in my studio here in London, and I also have online workshops, video classes, etc. So if you want to learn hats, this is the right place to be. I also do live sessions like today, and also have a membership program where you get a members only access to very detailed and really amazing tutorials here on YouTube channel. You can subscribe at any time, and all the details are in the description of this video. And also, if you have any questions, please ask, comment. These live sessions are not only for me to demonstrate different techniques, but also for you to ask questions, and I would be happy to reply. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to create a bias strip using Sinamay straw. Bias strip is always cut on the bias. This is why it's called bias strip. The minimums that we need is 9 centimeters wide, cut on the bias. This is very important to remember, because otherwise, if it's not cut on the bias, it's not gonna work. I have other tutorials where I explain in details how to make a bias strip, how to cut the bias strip. I already have one prepared, but if you wish to learn more about the structure of Sinamay, the Sinamay material in general, what is bias and how to find them, please go to my previous videos. There's plenty of information about that. In order to continue, we need bias strip, as already mentioned. We need tap water, just regular tap water in a spray bottle, and we need iron, medium hot. So I wouldn't put it on maximum heat, just medium, so we don't burn the fabric, especially if you work with light colors. You should be very careful not to burn the Sinamay straw. And also baking paper, as it's going to protect our straw from well, my irons are always dirty, even though I'm really trying to keep them clean, but they always have some kind of stains and so on. So I usually use baking paper to protect the straw, and also I trying to protect the straw from protect the iron from stiffener of the Sinamay straw, because usually I use pre-stiffened straws that just much easier in work. And if you order Sinamay straws, I would suggest you order pre-stiffened rather than soft fabrics. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to apply a little bit of water on the bias strip. Water makes material softer, much softer and easier to work with. Not too much water, just a little bit. It has to be damp, and because it's cut on the bias, we can do this. Ta-da! We can stretch the fabric really nicely, and you can really pull the fabric. It's not going to break. It's quite strong, tough straw, and also because it's slightly damp, it's also quite easier to manage. It becomes very stretchy and manageable and pliable. So in order to create bias strip, we stretched the Sinamay straw, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to fold the fabric in half and press the middle of the fabric just like that. Okay, so just finding the center of the bias strip. And what I'm doing next is I'm folding the fabric towards the center, okay? And then I'm folding the other side towards the center, keeping the same width. And then I'm folding it again. Okay. And usually I would cover with baking paper, but so that you can see, I'm just going to use it as it is. And I'm going to press and iron the bias strip, making sure that the layers bond together. So what we have is this. So you can imagine all width of the fabric. So I cut 9 centimeters. It's the minimum. You can cut a wider piece of Sinamay bias strip. But from these 9 centimeters, it went into 1 centimeter wide. So if you want this final piece to be wider, you have to cut a wider piece to begin with. Okay, so let me show you again. A little bit of water to keep the fabric soft, and then I'm pressing the middle of the material, and I'm folding one side. Just let me know if you can clearly see what I'm doing here. And folding the other side towards the center. I'm slightly overlapping as well. And then I fold in the middle, always trying to keep the same width. You can stretch the bias strip while you folding to keep the same width. So let me show it in front of the camera again. So here's your bias strip, right? And then we're folding in half and pressing the middle so we know where the center is. And then one of the sides I'm folding towards the center, slightly overlapping. And then I'm folding the other side, slightly overlapping. So you see the middle here is overlapped with 2 layers. And then I fold all of these together again. So basically what we're doing is folding, folding, and folding. And then I'm pressing and ironing because I need to bond all the layers so it becomes as one piece. Okay, there. The edge will be trimmed always. And another important thing that for the bases like this one, we need to cut the longest part of bias strip. So we're gonna aim in the fabric. We're gonna aim for the longest part of Sinamay straw. So we cut quite a long piece of bias strip, and then we continue a little bit of water. Okay. Always keep the fabric slightly damp. It helps to create a better result rather than when the straw is dry. Okay, and then again folding in the middle, again and again and again, and then folding again together. keeping the same width, and I am pressing with the iron. And you see, I'd rather prefer to work on a small short area at a time, so I have more control, because if I'm gonna folding the whole piece at the same time, it the material moves too much, so the result is not going to be as neat as I would like it to be. So that's why I'm just going to focus on small area. I fold and I iron, and then I move on, and then I can keep my eye on the same width, because I want the whole piece to be perfect, and I don't want to end up with one side is a bit wider, another side is a bit narrower. I want it to look perfect, same width, and you know, same good quality. So we have a little bit left. I'm also applying water all the time, because straw dries really, really fast. So especially if you're from hot country, you would need to apply a lot of water, because the cinnamon straw will dry very, very fast. Cinnamon straw really loves water, and especially during blocking, you would like to apply even more water to keep it really wet. It helps for material to keep it very flexible. It doesn't break, which is great, because if straw is dry, you can easily break it. When the cinnamon straw, like any other straw, is slightly damp or wet, it's not going to break. It becomes like a cloth that you can just stretch it and pull it. Basically nothing will happen to it. Okay, and just a little bit left to finish this part, and we're gonna be ready for the next step. Okay, so if you have any questions so far, please do ask. Okay. Okay, just a few more. So one of the, for example, if one of the sides is, one of the parts accidentally became too wide, or you know, you made some sort of like a mistake, which happens, and it's fine. And you already ironed the part of bias strip. What you can do is you can apply a little bit of water on the area that you want to fix. This area will become very, very soft, and then you can stretch it or pull it, manipulate it. You can open and start folding it again. It's pretty much easy. So Sinamay is quite an amazing fabric that if, for example, you made some kind of mistake, you can always, like not always, but most of the time, you can fix the issue. You can fix, change, repair, you know. It's quite easy. Just remember that water makes cinnamon straw very, very soft, and you can easily use it to manipulate the material. So I would trim this edge right here. The edges are never perfect because of the structure of the material. So what I would do, the last part before we're going to apply the material around the base, as you can see, the base is, well, it's oval, yeah, but it's like circular shape, and our bias strip is quite straight. So in order to make it easier to attach the bias strip on the base, I would curve it a little bit. You can also, this way, with this technique, you can also curve petersham ribbons or fabrics, or, you know, anything else. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna apply a little bit of water, just a little bit, not too much, because if you apply too much water, the fabric will become too soft, and, you know, all the effort that we've done, it's sort of like gonna start opening up, and we don't want to do that. So just a little bit of water to soften the straw. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to curve the fabric. So my iron is sort of like fixing, and my hand is turning. Okay. So I'm ironing and twisting at the same time. There, so you see it becomes sort of like there's a shape, and this will help us to attach the bias strip perfectly on this circular shape. Okay, so I'm just applying a little bit of pressure with my hand, with this hand, giving the direction to the bias strip, and the iron is just securing the shape. Okay, here we are, almost finished. Okay, so we just created bias strip, and now we curved it, so it's like amazing shape. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna attach it on the base. First of all, we have to find which side is the front and which side is the base, the back. So here I already decided that I'm gonna wear my hat this way, like this. So it means that this is the back, and I'm gonna do the same with the second layer. So this is going to be the back. This is also where the overlap of the fabric is. See the red thread? Usually it has to be the same color wire and the same color thread, but because I wanted you would not be able to see the stitches black on black, I used white thread and red, white wire and red thread, but this is not how it's supposed to be. The wire is supposed to be the same color as the hat or similar, like dark hats, dark wire, and bright hats, white color of the wire, naturally. Okay, so if this is the back, this is where we're gonna join the back. There's going to be the joint of the bias strip. So again, I would apply a little bit of water. I'm applying water to make Sinamay straw softer, so it's easier to apply the bias strip on the base. So it's like more manageable. So what I'm doing, I'm opening the fold like this, and I'm placing the wire right in the middle of the fold. See, just look right here. So I'm covering the wire, and I can also use clips to secure and keep the bias strip right there in the place, so you can see like this. So you see, this is, I'm opening the wire and then the bias strip, and then I'm placing the wire right in the middle and covering the wire on both sides with the bias strip that we've created. So the idea is that the bias strip is the same width on both sides. And then I'm securing with pins so that the bias strip does not move. So this is, I'm demonstrating the easiest way of securing bias strip and attaching bias strip on hats. Okay. Sometimes you can use a Petersham ribbon, depending what kind of finishing you would like. If you want the same color, the same texture, then you'll go for the same fabric that you used to make the hat. So right now it's a Sinamay straw, but if you want to play with the contrast or textures, you can also use Petersham ribbon to cover the bias strip. You can curve the Petersham ribbon same way as I curved bias strip. Maybe just use also baking paper on top, especially if it's a bright color. Okay, so when I reach the edge, I would, so this is the end, and I would leave about a few centimeters as an overlap, and I would trim it. So this part that we have, this is extra, and we can actually use it for the decoration. This is a really lovely bias strip. And for decoration, this has to be sealed, so not opened, but sealed. For this, we can also iron it a little bit more so that layers stick together. So I'm going to put it aside, and well, we're practically finished. You see, this is a really fun and fast way of covering the wire. So what I would use Yoo-hoo glue. You can use Yoo-hoo glue, but you would always need to support your glue with hand stitching. This is a couture way of securing hats with a hand stitch, or you can use a sewing machine, just a regular running stitch with a sewing machine, right here next to the edge of the bias strip, so that it holds the entire piece. But I'm not really good with sewing machine to begin with, so that's why I would usually use a little bit of glue to secure the bias strip, so to keep it in place, and then so that bias strip will not move, and then I would give a really nice soft touch of sewing machine stitch to secure the bias strip, because glue is great. And someone asked me, there were a lot of questions about whether to use glue or would I only use glue. Well, the answer is no, I will never use only the glue. The glue for me is to keep the material in place, to keep some decorations in place, because sometimes it just makes it easier. But I would always attach a little bit of, I will also secure with a little bit of stitching, because nothing is compared to hand stitch or to sewing machine, because it will keep your hats, you know, secured for a very, very, very long time. So how do I attach glue? Now here you have to be really careful, because you don't want to spread the glue all over the hat. This is not the purpose. But what I will do is I would apply, that's too much. That's too much. So let me, yeah, you have to be really, really careful with the glue. So I'm going to apply a little bit of glue on one side of the bias strip and on the other side of the bias strip, just a touch. And then I would just spread the glue, especially where the edges are, like right where the edges are. And I will apply it on the base, making sure that the wire is right here in the center. And then I will press with my hand. This is like a perfect part to hold the bias strip and to press it. And then I will apply clips like that to keep the bias strip in place while the glue is drying. Yoo-hoo is really, really, really amazing glue, and I totally recommend it. It dries clear, it dries really, really fast. So that's why again I'm just applying a little bit of glue on a small section, and then I will carry on step by step, because it dries so fast. By the time you cover the entire bias strip, believe me, it will dry in the beginning here, so you would have to apply it again. So step by step, and then again a little bit of glue here on one side and another side, and just spreading a little bit of glue on the bias strip inside there, and then again I'm going to apply clips. Those are just regular art clips. Very, very, very handy. You can buy them at any art supply place, shop, online. Another amazing tip: when you keep your glue standing like that, it doesn't leak, which is, believe me, that's a good tip too. To learn. I didn't know until someone told me, and now I'm using it all the time. And then again a little bit of glue and spreading all over the surface inside, and then putting the, you see the wire goes right in the middle, and again I'm pressing. Now, sometimes, I mean, it's black fabric, and I mean, 90% of the time you can just apply too much of glue, or, you know, accident happens and then the glue is like all over the hat. So there's a solution for that too. If you use a little bit of what it's called, nail polish remover, it removes the glue perfectly well, but it's best that you try not to spill the glue anywhere, or try to create as bad result and as tidy surface as possible to begin with. Okay, so it doesn't have to be perfectly attached at this point, because I would still you know, use a sewing machine to secure the bias strip, that's for sure, but this really helps to keep the bias strip in place, because I find it easy to hold the bias strip and then do the sewing machine stitch, and this way it's like so much easier. Okay, you see this part is already dry, so I'm moving the clips from one place to another, and I will just continue. Okay. So I hope you're enjoying this session today, and I hope it's useful and informative. For those who joined the previous sessions, I would love to know whether you started making something like this hat, or whether it helped for your blocking skills, and is there anything else that you would like to ask, or, you know, different questions. And let me just check the switches. Okay, just checking. Okay, so we still have a little bit to go. And while I'm doing this, it's quite monotonous procedure. So I would like to share the news about my membership. For those who joined, thank you so much for joining. I hope you're enjoying it. And just wanted to share the news that there will be a new session on the tutorial that was. Okay, I'll start all over. So last week we started a new amazing tutorial on my membership channel about how to block Sinamay brim hat. So we're blocking a bow tie hat, a very beautiful bow tie hat. I'm showing how to correctly block crown and the brim, because crowns usually is more challenging to block with Sinamay straw rather than brims. Brims are usually straightforward because they're kind of flat. With crowns, it's a bit, not a bit, I would say it's much more challenging to block because of the curve, because of the shape. You really have to learn how to stretch the straw, how to manipulate it, how to secure correctly, so that in order to achieve brilliant results, because a lot of folds occur, and you have to learn how to get rid of the folds or minimize the folds. And there's no way you can in some areas there are no ways that you can get rid of all the folds, but you can learn the skills how to minimize them, that's for sure, during the blocking. And then after blocking, after material is already dry and it's stiffened, then you have to learn how to prepare the material for the removing of the hat block, and how to help, so if there's some folds still occur, how to fix that, so folds and other imperfections. So next session is going to be on Saturday, this Saturday, at about 3 or 4 p.m. UK time. Obviously the session it's going to be live, so everybody can ask questions, but the session will also stay on the membership channel, and you can watch it at any time. And you can also ask questions in the comments. So it's not a problem if you can't attend during the live session, but if you can, it would be great because I would be able to reply your questions in a live session. So it's kind of a conversation, which is quite lovely. I really love when we communicate and you share what you would like to learn or what's challenges that you have, and I can try and help and fix whatever I can fix. So anyway, if you wish to join Saturday and you're not a member, feel free to sign up. The link is in the description of this video. You can unsubscribe at any time, but I'm sure you're gonna love it because there are many other tutorials that are only for members, and they're very detailed tutorials, perfect for beginners, perfect for those who already have knowledge and skills in millinery. And there are lots of tutorials on how to block a felt pillbox hat. And now we're working on Sinamay straw hat, and they're going to be much more useful tutorials. And also, the best part of the membership is that you get the access to members only videos, and you also can request a tutorial, suggest a subject that you would like to learn, and I will try and make sure that I arrange a session about that subject and that we can cover it. Okay, so while I was talking, I covered the whole piece. So now at the end here, okay, so what I do at the end, okay, I'm just trying to figure out if you can all see that. So what I do is I fold the end, okay, fold, stretch a little bit, so it helps to prevent the material from fraying, and then I cover the overlap. If you can see, I cover the overlap, okay, and that's it. And then I'm applying a little bit of glue as well. There. Okay, and the clip. All right. Ta-da! Okay, in less than almost 40 minutes, we managed to create the bias strip. A lot of talking from my side, but and we attached the bias strip. So now what we would have to do is to use a sewing machine, straight stitch, like running stitch, and it has to go right here at the edge on both sides. So you have to be careful to follow the line here. That's why I use the glue, so that the bias strip is in place and it doesn't move. I find it easier for me. It takes a little bit longer by applying the glue, but it just then it becomes really it takes less time with the sewing machine because the fabric is already attached, and then don't have to worry to to put it in place and secure, etc. So it's already secured with the glue. Just be careful not to use too much glue, so you don't end up with the whole hat covered with glue. But if that happens, as I mentioned, you could use a nail polish remover. It works really great, and it removes all the stains of glue, which is brilliant. So I think that we all did a great job. If you have any questions, please do ask, because we're about to finish this session today. And if you have some questions, I'm happy to reply before the end. What I want to show is that now we have these two parts, and the next session is going to be next week. So please, if you're new to this channel, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell notification button so that you get reminders and you get email about a next tutorial when I go live or when I upload new videos, so that you can join. And also, it does help this channel so much if you choose to subscribe, and it helps for wider audience to discover this channel and to learn the skills of millinery. Also, if you have any questions about the membership, please do ask. I created this membership for you so you can learn more advanced techniques and advanced skills, and also request tutorials that you would like to learn. So it's I would like to hear from you what exactly what skills you would like to learn next. So the next tutorial for the next week, we're gonna attach these two parts together, and we're going to think of different options how to secure this hat on the head, because we do need something, whether it's going to be an Alice band, a headband, or just a little base and the wire headband, or just a regular satin headband. We have to think about it, but we definitely have to find a way how to secure the hat, because it's going to be quite big, and then I'm gonna put the decorations here, so it's going to be even taller. And I hope to see you next week at the following tutorial with this hat, and I hope to see you also on Saturday during my membership tutorial, where we're going to talk about the second step of blocking Sinamay hat. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being part of this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. Please do leave a comment and let me know what you think. If there's anything you want me to improve, something that I can work on, because I want to make these tutorials a perfection, and your opinion matters. And thank you so much. Have a wonderful day or evening, wherever you are, and I'll see you next week. Bye.